everyone, and welcome back to Vlogmas. I am so excited that you are here today. My name is Katelyn, and if you're new here, then hello and welcome. I am so excited that you have joined. Today we are going to be talking all about my top 10 favorite holiday movies. And I've done a couple of these in the past of like my top 10, insert blank, insert thing here. But today we're doing the holiday movies, and I actually think that this has been the hardest one for me to actually rank of like my very top favorite to like, you know, like that like top 10, because I feel like holiday movies for me are always interchanging. Not the top one. The top one always stays the same, but the ones from like 2 to 10 are always like interchanging. So I tried my very, very best, but I may have missed some. And that breaks my heart, and some may not be in the right spot, but it's okay. We will prevail, and we will go through my list. Okay, I'm gonna start out at number 10, and like I said, this is in order, but I'm not saying that 10 is an awful Christmas movie. It is a great Christmas movie. So number 10 is Four Christmases, and I love this movie. I feel like there is nothing like the a little bit like early 2000s, late 90s movies that are just like so good. I love like a classic like Christmas comedy. They are so fun, and Four Christmases is just so fun. It's definitely, I think, like definitely more than like a PG-13 rating, because there are definitely some inappropriate context to them, but it's like very funny, and it's a great movie, and I love Vince Vaughn, and I love Reese Witherspoon, and it's just like so funny. Number 9 is The Polar Express, and this is one that I actually didn't really grow up watching all that much. I think I watched it like maybe twice as a kid, and then as I got a little bit older, or not a little bit older, as I got older and I got married, or I was like engaged, I think, Austin loves The Polar Express, and he like reintroduced me to it, and it is just like a great film. And it's kind of crazy, like looking back at it, or looking at it now, like I remember like the animation and the technology is like just so different from what we have now, but like I remember back then when we saw it, we were like, oh my gosh, this looks so real. And like looking at it now, I'm like, that does not look real. But it's just so cool to see like where animation kind of has come from and where it adapted to. So I kind of like that about it too. But The Polar Express is definitely just like a all-around amazing Christmas movie. It's just like right in the feels. It's like all the magic ever in like a movie, and I love it. Number 8 is the original Grinch. So the original little cartoon Grinch, that is like my favorite cartoon Christmas movies that there is. I know that there are some like there's other ones like Frosty and Rudolph and all of those, but I really, really think that The Grinch is my favorite. I love the story so much. I love just everything about Dr. Seuss. I grew up reading Dr. Seuss books with my mom and dad, and I just like love them so, so much. So the original Grinch is like definitely like, it's definitely one of my favorites. Number 7 is another comedy Christmas movie, and it is Christmas with the Kranks. And again, this is just like one of those early 2000s movies that is just so good. Austin and I actually watched it the other day, and we were just like laughing because they like make such a big deal out of like, nope, we are canceling Christmas, we're boycotting Christmas this year, and like they like write letters to their like not families, but they write letters to their bosses and all their employers and all their employees, and it's just like this whole big fiasco. And it's just like so funny because I feel like that is like not at all kind of what goes on today, but it's just like really funny, and I love Tim Allen. He is so funny, and yes, amazing movie. Love that one so much. Number 6 is a little bit actually of a newer movie. I mean, maybe it's kind of old now, but it's definitely on like the newer side, and it is Arthur Christmas. If you have never seen that movie, I watched it a couple years ago for the first time, and it was so good. It's again one of those ones that's just like filled with magic through and through. Just like Christmas magic is there. It is thriving. It's amazing. I love it so much. Like, it's just such a special movie, and I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about it as one of their like favorite Christmas movies. So I definitely recommend, if you've never watched Arthur Christmas before, you definitely should watch it. Number 5 is another one of those like classic, this is more of a rom-com, but like early 2000s, amazing movie, and it is The Holiday. I love this movie so much. It gives me like all of the warm and fuzzies. It's just so cute, and every year when I watch it, it's just like, I love it even more as like I get older. Like I loved it as like a younger person, and now I like am loving it even more as like an adult. It's a great movie. It's so sweet, and I love all like the actors and actresses in that movie, and like it's, yeah, I love it so much. I don't want to give anything away. I'm sure most people have seen these movies also, so, but yeah, all I can say is I love it. Okay, now we're getting into the top 4 here. So the top 4 is actually a movie that came out last year, Christmas movie that came out last year, and it very quickly won me over. I was sobbing while I was watching it. I was laughing while I was watching it. It was amazing. And it is Noelle from the Disney Plus originals. If you have not seen Noelle yet from Disney Plus, it is amazing. It came out last year with Disney Plus, and it is just like one of those films that as soon as I watched it, I'm like, yeah, this is an instant Christmas classic for me. I'm gonna watch this every Christmas. It's so sweet. And basically what it's about is, it's about Santa's sister, Noelle, and she basically has to kind of save Christmas, and she's always kind of in the back burner of everything, but this year is different, and she kind of has to do all the things, and I don't want to give it away again, but yeah, it's an amazing movie. I love Anna Kendrick. I think she's an amazing actress. I love her so much. She's so sweet, and yeah, I love her. She's so funny. Great actress. Great movie. Great actress. All the nice things to say about all these movies. But yeah, Noelle is definitely one of my very favorites. Number 3, this one is so hard. So number 3 is actually a collection of movies, and I think you probably know what it is just from me saying that, but it is the Santa Claus. It's the Santa Claus movies. The original, I think, is the best, but all of them are so good. I love those movies so much. Again, Tim Allen is amazing. Again, it's one of those older movies that's like early 2000s, late 90s, that is just like pure Christmas magic, all wrapped in one. I remember watching this one as a kid and just being like, yeah, this makes sense. This is Santa Claus. He is Santa Claus. Like, I love that movie so much. I could watch it a million times. All of them. I could watch them all a million times during the Christmas season, and yeah, it's just, again, gives me all the warm and fuzzies inside. I love it so much. Okay, number 2. I feel like right now you guys are knowing what I'm going to be saying, so we're just going to get into it. Number 2 is the ever classic Elf. I think this is like one of the most easily quoted movies at Christmas at any time ever, honestly. It is just so funny. Elf is such a funny movie, and I will say, I'm not a big fan of like stupid comedy or like that kind of like ditzy, stupid, like slapstick kind of comedy. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I love Will Ferrell so much. I think he's so funny. I know a lot of people are like, give or take, they're like, no, I hate him. Yes, I love him, whatever. But I love him. I think he's so funny. Every movie he does is like one that I love. And he always does slapstick comedy. So I think it's just Will Ferrell that I love. But Elf is amazing. It's just like, again, one of those ones that just gives you the warm and fuzzies inside. And I'm just like, yes, this is Christmas in a nutshell, in a movie. Elf is Christmas, and oh, I love it so much. I want to watch it right now. And the number 1, my ultimate favorite Christmas movie is, drumroll please, the Jim Carrey version of The Grinch. And now, I have a very special place for this movie in my heart, because every year growing up for Christmas, we would always open presents in the morning on Christmas, and then we would instantly go and watch The Grinch while we waited for breakfast to cook. And it's every year we do it. I love the Grinch so much. I love the original, but there's just something about the live action of it. It just makes it feel so real. And I always imagine that like there is just like hooves living on a snowflake. And oh my gosh, I could literally cry thinking about it. But yeah, definitely a favorite. Definitely the favorite. The favorite. I could never put another movie above the Grinch. But there's definitely ones that come very close. But the Grinch is like my all-time favorite. So those are my top 10 favorite Christmas movies. Now, there is one that I will give an honorable mention to, and it is The Nightmare Before Christmas, because I think that you can watch The Nightmare Before Christmas anytime during the year, but I think it is both a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie. So for all my Nightmare Before Christmas fans who think it is a Christmas movie, that is for you. It is an honorable mention, but yes. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Let me know what your favorite Christmas movie is down below, and I will see you guys in my next Vlogmas video. Okay, bye guys!